All right, let's get back to work. We got to understand the perpetual sin of the community that thinks it's in charge, thinks it makes the rules. And right now, that community is what's referred to as the scientific community. Like that song by that group Foundation, yeah, 80s reggae group, Flames. This world is going to blow up. And the men that call themselves scientists will be the one to be blamed. So this world's going to blow up, and a zoom, zoom, zoom. It's a misinterpretation of global warming in the book of Revelation. Yeah, I think it's going to all blow up and burn in fire and then be rebuilt by the Lord. It's like, no, the 1322nd Redeemer redeems righteous thoughts, words, and actions. We stop global warming through idolatry and restore a real religious understanding and humility for us to, restore the Garden of Eden and restore our planet and ourselves in doing so. And so you got to understand that we the human beings, we the human beings of the world need less irrational, aggressive, violent perceptions of entertainment. I'm sitting here waiting for the news to start, and there's this show called The Rookie. It's about the police, and police are necessitated because of extortion, exploitation, and aggressive, violent tribal warfare. And when you don't even need Minutemen if you're not broken into tribal warfare of secular, the Judeo-Christian murder. You know what happened. If you don't change, you'll remain tribal, secular, and insular, fighting, deriving new ways to kill one another, right? So, the change from this long, aggressive ascension into the bowels of hell that have us on the brink of, literally being destructive to our own species and planet, has been this long, egotistical culmination of irrational human events. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change is going to come. Oh, yes, it will, right? And it's a good song. Yeah, it is a really good song. It's about a black man trying to survive in the 50s in our society. So I went down to see my brother. I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me. I got down on my knees. There were times when I thought I couldn't last for long. Now I think I'm able to carry on. Yeah, they're doing this stuff on purpose in Mexico. It's genocide. Do you understand? What's happening now is genocide. Okay. And every time there's movements to establish order, people through oppression, through money, people kill. That's what's happening in Russia. It's happening in Ukraine. It's happening in Venezuela. It's happening in Mexico. It's happening. That's what people do. And then when you react in kind violently, you become a product of that training. So when you get dressed up and decide you're going to go to Florida and try to cut the head off the snake, how are you any different, right? And it's not going to change the narrative. It's just going to feed into it. So going to try to physically kill Donald Trump or people in his family isn't going to stop the murder. It's just going to escalate it and add to it, right? So you're not being any better than them. You're just a product of that disease, of that brain chemical addiction, right? And so I highly, 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 highly discourage it. And if you're going to be a good man, be like me. Don't be like the people on TV killing each other for attention because they're selfish. Okay, that's wrong. Okay, be a man. And I'm not mysterious as the dark side of the moon, man. You come to me and you talk, wow, I want to be a man like him. Thank you. It's about time. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. There's been times when I thought I couldn't last for long. First time I ever heard that song, I think it was, it's on a George Benson album, I think. I was born by the river in a little tent. And is it on, what's the name of that album? It's one of my favorite albums. I ain't had it in a while. I got to record songs off of it. Is it Living Inside Your Love? It's a double album. It's really good. It's half vocal, half instrumental. I can't. Val had it. I wore the grooves off of it. Yeah. I bought it on CD, and Patrick loved it. It was one of his favorite albums. His favorite song on it was Soulful Strut. Ba-doo, ba-doo, boop. Boom, boom. He's never heard the original. I don't know if he has. He might have since, but his favorite song was Soulful Strut. George Benson's guitar version of it. Yeah, my son. He has good taste. Yeah, yeah, I played it. Well, yeah, naturally, his dad played a lot of good music for him, and he had a lot of very good taste, very mature and adult taste. But then again, I was very similar. When I was a kid, my mom's dads would play me music, and we were. It was very eclectic, especially through mom, and she listened to a lot of different. Dad was just pretty much more country and western and country, and a few pop. But the pop he liked was probably because mom introduced him to it. Mom was the one that brought home the stylistics and had the Letterman. There's a summer place, and I don't know if she's the one who bought Los Indios Trabajadores or my father. I don't know. I can't tell you. I never asked. I just enjoyed them. But I think Dad had Jimmy Rogers the first. Mom had, I think, got the Jimmy Rogers. Says, oh, when I was younger, I'd never been kissed. I started thinking it over, just what I'd missed. So I grabbed me a girl and I kissed her, and then, well, Lordy, will I kissed her again because she had kisses, which makes sense because Mom was really into Jim Reeves. She liked people with really, really, really good singers. Okay, she was real finicky and picky about that because with certain singer-songwriters, she would say, I only like him because he's blind. She used to say that about Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles, because they can't sing. Right? That's like, no, Mom, they can sing. It's just different, Well, I used to kind of have that with my mom too. I did that with Jimmy Rogers and Hank Williams. I said, who the fuck told these people they can sing? They can't sing. Okay. It hurts listening to it. I don't want to hear it. Jim Reeves, that man can sing, right? And Marty Robbins has a really good voice. Waylon Jennings has a really good voice. Sonny James has a really good voice. But to me, high-powered mama is like, oh, just run a crake across the chalkboard. This man cannot sing. Why is he singing? Somebody tell him to shut up. And then you have to acquire your taste. It's acquired taste. And the same with, I'm so lonesome I could cry. When I first heard it, I was like, when you're listening to Jim Reeves and then you listen to Hank Williams, it's like, okay, who told Hank Williams he could sing? He's not. Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone. That man's voice was like, oh my gosh, that man's voice is good. Right? Damn, he's a good singer. Okay. Wow. And then it'd bother you is because you get Loretta Lynn and she don't sing nearly as good as Patsy Cline. It's different. It's different. It has emotion to it. It's really, I swear I love you by the moon above you. How bright is it shining in your world? Some morning when you wake up all alone, just come on home to your blue Kentucky girl. So, you just have to learn there are certain things you have to, might need to be acquired as opposed to where it's just obvious, you know. Well, I think when people listen to like Luther Vandross or Johnny Mathis or I that way Tommy Edwards. I don't know if most people are, but he's just he has such a rich storytelling, beautiful voice that when you hear it, it's like okay, how can you not? Many a tear has to fall, but it's all in the game, do, all in the wonderful game that we know as love. You know, really smooth voice. So I liked it. Yeah, it's good stuff, right? Earl, I'm tired, Joe. I'm tired. I just sit here and watch the hell on the TV, you know. I'm going to the weather report, you know, and stuff, and I'm not paying real extra close particular attention to the genocide operations because I've told you guys this, ni la mía no quiero saber, because whatever the technology has to do, I don't want to participate in it. The genocidal operations, I just want to stop the genocidal operations. But if they're still using technology for genocide, I don't want to know how it's going to go to do what it needs to do to stop the people most responsible for it. I don't want to know. You can only help people so much, and after a while, it's just like you just close that door and go. So I'm leaving. Yes, I am. This time I'm playing it smart. I'm gonna walk away from a love before love breaks my heart. Anybody else like Jimmy Ruffin? I'm gonna walk away, gonna play it smart. This time I'm playing it smart. It's not so much that, it's just I need to expedite things. Not selfishly, just because it's just the right thing to do. And waiting on truthful and faithful living because selfish people are being manipulative is wrong. So, you know, and then I'm not trying to make deals with the devil. I'm trying to get them to do the right thing. And they're obviously not doing that and or going to do that. So David Rockefeller and Philip Rothschild did have these people figured out in a sense that, you know, they would not self-correct and they would not stop. And every time I would try to help them, they would use it to be selfish instead of to help me live the Lord's Prayer. So now I'm just to that point where it's just like, that's it. I'm shutting the door, you know. I'm telling the technology exactly what to do. And I follow this, you know, I follow my heart. And that's what I do. When I do things, I'm not strategic. When I look at things and I'm paying attention to my little window to the world, which is that right there, okay? My little prison window to the world. I follow my heart. I go watch things, you know. I don't go like, okay, how do I best achieve my objective? I just turn it to where I need to be at the time, you know, and stuff like that. So I was watching the end of The Rookie, you know, with the girl with the knife and you know, and so, I want ice cream too. You want to make out in the back seat and all that stuff. So it's funny. Forgive debt and trespass, little ones, your faithful peace. Okay. Maybe she'll win an Emmy. Yeah. I don't want to win an Emmy. I want to snuggle. I want to go up and give her a kiss and tell her how much I love her and how much I missed her. And I want all Emmys of the world to have the same capacity to live the perfect love of a perfect father. Forgive debt, trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. Love one, eternal, faithful peace. I'm an excellent driver. 20 minutes to Wapner, right? I'm just being silly, but you know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So, people have to understand, you know, and they have these commercials and stuff, child molesters and all this stuff and everything. When you are running around hunting villains, you're inventing the conditions for villainy, okay? And you're causing the conditions for the crimes of opportunity, okay? When you do things correctly, okay, there's less crimes of opportunity for abuse. Now, you cannot stop people from doing that to their own children, but you can engage in the conditions of the applied physics of the Lord's Prayer so the children have a sanctuary to go to, you know, like King David's Israel, King Solomon's Israel, Muhammad's Mecca. And Earl's just north of San Ysidro. Yeah. You know, the lights around the basketball barn. Looks like Mexicans live here. I told Dad that too because he said, "Oh, these people are taking." I was like, "Oh no, maybe Dad. A lot of these people in Poncho's neighborhood are like us. Maybe they just like the lights up and they got them their solar lights and they just like them up and they like color. You know, maybe lots of people drove. You know, when they went to Grandma's house. You know, when they were young. It's what's that? That's Juarez. Well, they got lime houses, pink houses, peach houses." I like all the color because in America it's like everything's white or brick red, white or brick red, white or brick red. But what about the but what about the? How come nobody has a lime greenhouse? What's wrong with lime green? You know, what's wrong with blue or you know or even pink? You know, and so yeah, no, I always thought that was neat. Well, they tell you pink will make you want to stay up. Well, okay, then in that case, I want to paint the bedroom pink. Well, I'm young. What can I say? Yeah. It'll make you want to stay up. When you turn the lights out, everything's dark, okay. But when you're up, you say, okay, me and her all alone, and and when we get behind closed doors, I want pink walls in the bedroom. When I feel like sleeping, when I turn off the lights, I want to sleep. Okay. When I turn on the lights, and she lets her hair hang down, and she makes me glad that I'm a man. Right? Okay, so I want pink walls in the bedroom. You're intelligent. I know, man. Pisamos primeros homes. I know what I'm knowing, And then they said the blue walls or something like that. And just put the blue walls in the kids' rooms with the clouds on it and stuff. Yeah. I don't know, but I actually it's funny, in mission style homes. Well, I even thought about it, even if I had a mission style home, because that one it wasn't, but it's not. I like yellow. I like yellow, like we did the cat room. I like canary yellow. In the kitchen, I like red and green. Well, because as I got older, I was at a British Irish palate, but as I got older, my favorite foods are Mexican and Italian. So I like red and green in my kitchen. Because they said, "Oh, you want everything white. You don't want color in the kitchen. It makes you want to eat." I can't imagine going in the damn kitchen wanting to fucking eat. God damn. Kid fat. That's why we have the pink walls in the bedroom. So I when I need to stay up and then I sleep in, I wake up, open my eyes. All right, I feel energetic. Or did they say pink makes you feel tired? Or I don't know. And blue gives you energy. Is that it? So if blue gives me energy, then I want blue in the bedroom. Okay. I want pink. Where do I want pink? Where do I want to feel tired? Where I lay down for a nap after I eat in the kitchen. Okay, there you go. Just being silly, but no, just be healthy. Don't worry about all the psychological effects of colors. I love colors. Anybody else love lots of colors? I like lots of colors. So that's why we got all the colored lights all over the basketball bar, the rec hall, basketball barn. Gotta be. No, I'd been thinking about that since Ame's kids were here. Yeah, it was just full of stuff, and then the city of Las Cruces through the Rockefeller Foundation picked through everything like a pack of dogs on a three-legged carrot. Las Cruces' finest Christians. Boy, he nailed you. And I was like, you guys do know that I'm publicly displaying the Gospels on social media and they're anonymous because, okay. And Jesus, every time somebody tries to rip me off or do something, it's like, I explain to them right up and they'll still do it. And I'm like, you do know David Rockefeller. Okay. And you do, that's how dumb, Now, people in this town that are up to no good and people across the world up to no good, they're like with Billy Crystal, with Muhammad Ali wanting to be Izzy Iskowitz, and the dumbest fight I ever fought was Leon Spikes. He was so dumb. They took his license away. He walked into a telephone pole. He was dumb, right? You're just like, well, you guys all know we post-apocalypse right now. Okay, what are we waiting for? Magic. Ozempic. This is crazy. People be crazy. This is a house, and they say this stuff and crazy. I was trying to, not be crazy, but I can't, wow. So, the Messiah can only do so much. Guys, Lord Jesus Christ is the Messiah, okay? And during his time, people didn't obey his commands and have faith in omnipotent God and still did the possessive pronoun first person bullshit. Okay. Muhammad redeemed the gods. He también same thing. Okay. Zero. So, and I'm doing the same thing, but this is radically different because early bird has quantum computing and artificial general intelligence, and Jesus and Muhammad didn't. Okay. He didn't. Earl does. And they didn't. I do. So that's why I'm 1322nd Redeemer for Messiahs and Apostles worldwide. How do you do? You know. So if I knew you were coming, I'd bake the cake. How you do? How you do? How you do? Right? So yes. No, I didn't steal that from Fallon. Fallon stole that from me. I'm the original funny guy. Okay, I'm just kidding around. I was just being silly. But yeah, but it's true. So there's nothing so because I know. G-Force. I'm up and up to Dave. It's gonna get hot this weekend. Yeah, I was gonna get like 86 and shit here on Dad's birthday and shit. Yeah, I was telling Dad that. I was like, damn, Dad, it's gonna get hot. It's not gonna be real windy though. They forecasted windy and it ain't. It's gonna be 20. When it's 84 degrees and you have a 20 mile an hour wind, that's like a nice breeze before it gets too hot. It's just nice. Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. It's like in the 70th through most of the day, and you have a nice breeze, 20 miles per hour. So it feels good. So yeah, it's actually really cool. That's like it's really nice. So yeah. So okay. Nothing so because I know right about this in it. I made it. I did it for you because this is what I'm into. No, I didn't. Welcome to my morning. I'm the one responsible. Made it just this way. Nah, he's just singing a song. He don't mean it. He just being silly. I'm just kidding. But no, I don't make the rain fall. I don't make it snow. No, that's not what Jesus is saying in the Bible. That's just Marvin trying his best. Yeah. No. Jesus doesn't make it rain or snow. But Jesus, if you live his faithful love, you will have better snows and better rains. Mm-hmm. You will have a radical effect on the environment and the ecosystem when you share a caregiving quarantine built to last, power all the cars, bars, and wars, and stop doing all this bullshit over money on TV. Okay, Miss Crockett? If she does know who I am, she doesn't know who I am, then the people in the Pentagon and the White House are just mean, and there's no way to help you save yourself from a technology by me helping you save yourself with a technology, right? Do you know what I'm saying? I can protect people with technology from people using technology that can abuse them and manipulate them. And technology, we can't get them to do nothing they don't want to do. We can program them like we program their video game, diddly-do, but it's real and you have to act like an idiot for it. Do you see what I'm saying? But I can't protect people from themselves. He laid that golden fiddle there at Johnny's feet. He said, come back so anytime you want, son bitch, because I'm the best there's ever been. Okay, it's a goofy little limerick by... what's his name again? Charlie Daniels, right? Was he the one who said? Was he the one who sung "Go to L.A. via Omaha"? Have you ever heard that song? I love that song, man. I think that Charlie Daniels too, right? I couldn't resist reaching out and kicking old green teeth in the knee. It's like, you know me my whole life. Said he was. It's funny. You ever heard that song? Y'all, if you ain't heard it, you should. Next time if I go to L.A. via Omaha, I think that Charlie Daniels too. That is one of my favorite. I might even record that one, put that up on the MP3 with the Mexican American song by Cheech Marin, man. Yeah, that should be on my MP3 too. Mexican Americans just don't get into gang fights. My Gabe and Mike love that song. They love their nanas and their nanus. Her named Chima and Chilla and have a son-in-law named Jeff. It's precious. Oh, I love that. Yeah, no, it's funny. Cheech did a good job on that one, man. He did a good job. Good job, man. That's some good stuff right there. Oh yeah. We Mexican Americans love it. My name's not Jeff, but I'm an in-law. It's too funny. Chimanchela. No, we don't have any chimas no. We have lincho, and yeah, that's close enough to chimanchela. Cero. There you go. Okay. we have Nina and lincho. So that's pretty close to chimanchela. Cero. Yes, it's true. Mexican Americans don't just get into gang fights. They like flowers. Oh, shoot. I'm going to go, y'all. We'll talk tomorrow. I'm on the case. I'm going to go listen to Adrian talk about the high school boys playoffs and stuff. All right. Peace out.